Picture this. You wake up in a stone cottage in the Algarve, throw open the shutters, and the Atlantic is right there. Your monthly rent costs less than a fortnight of groceries in Sydney. Your morning coffee is €2, and your doctor's visit is essentially free. Most importantly, your super, the one you spent 30 years building, suddenly stretches twice as far. This isn't a fantasy. Thousands of Australians are already living it. By the end of this script, you'll know exactly how much you need, which country fits your budget, and the traps that catch most people on the way out. Let's start with Portugal, because it is the #1 destination Aussies are choosing right now, and it also represents the easiest financial bar to clear in Western Europe. Life here moves slowly in the best possible way. The Algarve coast in the south offers warm weather almost year-round, and coastal towns like Lagos feel like a quieter, sunnier version of Byron Bay 30 years ago. The visa most Aussies use is the D7, often called the passive income visa. In 2026, you need to prove a minimum passive income of €920 per month for the main applicant, plus €460 for a spouse. You also need savings of around €11,000 sitting in a Portuguese bank account. Realistically, an Aussie couple can live very comfortably in Portugal on around $35,000 Australian dollars a year. Next is Spain, which trades Portugal's quiet pace for incredible energy, color, and a much bigger lifestyle. You have the beaches of Valencia and Alicante, the cosmopolitan buzz of Madrid and Barcelona, and an enormous expat community. The public transport is fast and cheap, and the healthcare is ranked among the best on the planet. Spain uses the non-lucrative visa. In 2026, it requires you to prove an income of €2,400 per month, about 3,900 Australian dollars, plus roughly €600 extra per dependent. To live comfortably here, an Aussie couple should budget around 40,000 to 50,000 Australian dollars a year. Spain costs more than Portugal, but for that extra money, you get a richer, louder, more vibrant version of European retirement. Greece used to be the budget secret of European retirement, and the day-to-day cost of living still is incredibly low. You can rent a 2-bedroom apartment in Crete for €500 a month, and a full meal with wine at a local taverna runs €15 to €20. However, Greek immigration laws have raised the bar for the financially independent person visa dramatically. As of 2026, you now need to prove a passive income of €3,500 per month as a single applicant, plus 20% extra for a spouse. The alternative is parking around €84,000 in a Greek bank account. Once you are in, a couple can live incredibly well on 30,000 to 38,000 Australian dollars a year. Italy is for the Aussies who want beauty, food, and culture built into everyday life. Tuscany and Umbria attract retirees who want rolling hills, while Puglia and Sicily offer whitewashed villages and turquoise water at reasonable prices. The elective residence visa requires a stable passive income of around €31,000 per year for the main applicant, plus about 20% for a spouse. This income must be entirely passive, meaning pensions, super, or rental income. Realistic living costs for a couple range from 38,000 to 50,000 Australian dollars a year. Italy also offers a special flat 7% tax rate for retirees who settle in certain small southern towns, which is one of the most generous deals in Europe right now. Now, let's talk about the part that makes this possible, your superannuation. Your super stays in Australia when you move overseas, which is a good thing. Once you've reached preservation age and retired, you can draw from your super while living anywhere in the world. Most Aussies set up a pension phase account and transfer money to Europe as needed using a low-fee service rather than big banks. As a rough guide, an Aussie couple with around $600,000 to $750,000 in super drawing down sensibly can fund a comfortable European retirement for the rest of their lives. The age pension is more complicated. You can receive it overseas, but after 26 weeks abroad, supplement payments are reduced or removed. Your payment is also affected by how many years you actually lived in Australia as a working age resident. Most planners suggest qualifying for the age pension while still resident in Australia before making the move. Tax is the trap that catches almost everyone. The moment you become a tax resident in Europe, you may be taxed on your worldwide income, including super withdrawals. Australia has tax treaties to prevent double taxation, but the rules tightened again in the 2026 federal budget. A conversation with a cross-border tax specialist before you move is essential. Finally, homesickness is real. The first 6 months feel like a holiday, then winter arrives and your family is 17,000 kilometers away. This is why the smartest Aussies don't burn their bridges. They rent out their Australian home instead of selling it, trial their chosen country for 6 to 12 months, and budget for return trips home. Retiring in Europe isn't an escape from Australia, it's just a smarter use of the wealth you've already built.